I am so sorry I'm late today. Picture an 18-year-old sitting in a college financial aid office, pen in hand, signing loan documents. She's taking on 80,000 in debt for a degree in communications. She has no idea what her monthly payments will look like after graduation, doesn't understand the compound interest, and can't calculate what percentage of her future salary will be eaten up by interest. She has never created a budget or balanced a checkbook in her life. Yet this same teenager can explain the powerhouse of the cell, solve quadratic equations, and break down Shakespearean literature. For 12 years, our education system pumped her full of academic theory while completely failing to prepare her for the single most consequential aspect of adult life: managing money. Millions of American students graduate high school financially illiterate, unprepared for credit cards, taxes, or mortgages. And they're thrown directly into a predatory economic environment designed to profit off their ignorance. This isn't an accident, it's a systemic failure. Today, we're going to talk about why financial literacy must be taught in our schools and how practical stewardship can break the cycle of debt and dependency. Let's get into it. Why aren't our public schools teaching basic money management? Because the education establishment has been optimized for college enrollment credentials over life capability. Practical life skills, budgeting, trade training, household economics were systematically stripped down a standardized academic tract, largely to justify expensive higher education. The left often rejects financial literacy education, claiming it focuses too much on individual responsibility and blames the victim rather than tearing down systemic oppression. But establishment conservatives are just as passive, assuming families will teach it while turning a blind eye to how financial ignorance is exploited. Massive corporate banks, predatory lenders, and credit card cartels profit immensely from a population that doesn't understand compound interest or minimum payment traps. Keeping young Americans financially illiterate creates a captive market of perpetual debtors who are dependent on corporate credit to survive. Financial literacy isn't just about balancing a spreadsheet, it's about self-reliance, freedom, and family stability. Debt is a modern form of bondage. When young adults are drowning in student loans and credit card balances, they delay getting married, they put off having children, and live in a state of perpetual economic anxiety. Financial stress is one of the leading causes of marital breakdown, and financial ignorance passes down generationally, trapping families in cycles of poverty. When you teach a young person how to budget, how to save, how to invest, and avoid predatory debt, you give them the tools to build real generational wealth. You make them independent of corporate monopolies and immune to political demagogues who promise government bailouts in exchange for voter compliance. Financial self-sufficiency creates free citizens who can provide for their households, support their churches, and build resilient, thriving communities. We have to demand that our schools prioritize practical stewardship over bureaucratic theory. Every student should leave high school understanding budgeting, credit, taxes, interest, and compound growth. But even if the state continues to fail our kids, we must take the responsibility into our own hands and teach our children the discipline of practical money management. Proverbs 22:7 warns us directly. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is a slave to the lender. God does not design us to live as slaves to debt or financial chaos. He calls us to be wise stewards of the resources we are given so we can protect our families and be a blessing to others. Teach your kids the value of work. Reject the trap of easy credit and build a foundation of true independence. Check us out at titdusa.com. Stand with us, support the mission, refuse the silence, and I'll see you next time.